we're going to talk about all things sublimation. And if you are new to sublimation, you're going to want to stick around. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on what you need to do for some sublimation. So today we're going to talk about sublimation, and we're going to go over all things sublimation. I've been doing this for 4 years and I'm super excited to give you guys some tips and tricks. And that is kind of what my channel is about. If you've never been here before, my name is Amber McCurdy. I'm very happy to be here and nice to meet you and be able to just kind of give you guys a little tips and tricks along the way. As a small business owner, as myself, I would like to be able to help other small business owners out there. So we're going to move right along and continue on with tip number 1. So we're going to talk about where I get my blanks from and exactly what a sublimation blank is, because you're going to need to know this. Okay, so stainless steel Depot is where I get my blanks from for my tumblers. I get my other things normally at like Hobby Lobbies or Michael's, but I'm going to show you guys today tumblers. We're going to start with tumblers and then we're going to go into it because there are so many things that you can sublimate on, and you can customize sublimation stuff for anybody. And you can put anything on it. It's actually pretty amazing. I know there's DTF. DTF is for like shirts and sweaters, and UDTVS is for like tumblers, keychains, things like that, which I also use, but that gets a little more expensive and I don't have those printers, so I can't customize that for everybody. So I'm going to tell you why I choose sublimation over UVDTF for my tumblers. And that's going to be because I can sit here and customize it for my customers. I can tell them, okay, you want a picture of your daughter on there? Let's do it. You want your logo on there? Let's do it. And I can print it off and put it directly on that tumbler. And then I can stick it either in my oven or in my tumbler press. And we're going to go over those kind of things too today, but we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Let's start with what a tumbler looks like. So right here, when you order from Stainless Steel, it is going to be right here. So hogoutfitters.com is what's on here, but it's Stainless Steel Depot is what it is. Okay. This one is a 20-ounce skinny tumbler. I always order in bulk. It's going to make your tumblers cheaper than if you were to go order some tumblers or buy a tumbler from, let's say, Hobby Lobby or Michael's or somewhere like that. One of these tumblers is going to be like $7.99. So you're going to have to charge more. So if you're wondering, how are people charging, like doing these so cheaply? It's because we're getting them in bulk. Okay. So this is what a 20-ounce tumbler looks like. It does come with the lid. They do come with straws, and a lot of times they come with the rubber bottom. Some people don't like that down here it advertises for them, but hey, who's looking at the bottom of their cup? Let's be honest. Plus, they do give you the rubber bottoms anyways. It covers it up. No biggie, okay? Each one of them always comes with a straw. So I will sublimate on this, and I always ship it in the box. I do that because it's going to keep that tumbler and safe, because it does come with bubble wrap and everything else. So I'm able to just kind of wrap it with packaging paper is what it is. So I'm able to wrap it with packaging paper. So that's what I do when I ship these off. Now, I use a sublimation paper. This is what my sublimation paper looks like. This is what I'm going to use for all sublimation things. I've tried other paper. I don't love any of them. The sublimation paper seems to be the best for me. That what you pay for is what you're going to get. And the sub paper is the best paper I have found that pulls the ink and gets it directly onto your blanks. Now, there's different blanks. There's mouse pads, there's keychains, there's earrings, there's tumblers, there's shirts, there's hats, there's pillowcases. There are bags. Like, you can almost sublimate on anything as long as it's either 100% polyester, or 2, it says that it's made for sublimation. And 9 times out of 10, it will tell you if it is made for sublimation. Okay, so just make sure you're checking those out when you're buying them. So when I'm doing this, I am going to print out my paper, and I will talk about my printer in just a second. It is matte, so it's matte on this side and kind of grainy, and then on the other side it says A-Sub. I always take my tumbler, flip it upside down. So I take my lid out, I flip it upside down, I take my image and I place it down onto my cup. I line it up where I need it to be on my cup so that it's flush, okay, right there and around my cup, because I don't ever want it to not be. So that's how I make sure that it's on my cup the correct way. And then I'll trim it down where I need to with my sublimation paper. So that's how I'm going to get it onto my tumbler. Oh, goodness gracious, guys. So I can tell you right now that you can get 20 ounces. I mean, they go down to like shot glasses, bottles, all the things. There's so many things. Just check it out. Just research it. You'll see it. This right here is a 40-ounce one. This is one that I got, I think, at Michael's. It is $8.99. This one might have been at Hobby Lobby, actually. This one's Hobby Lobby. So I got this one from Hobby Lobby. Sorry, my camera's not wanting to focus correctly, and it's because of my thing, as you see. Anyways, so it's going to tell you that you need to put it, it's going to tell you in the back exactly what you need to do as far as like sublimating on it. So for this one, it says 356 degrees is what your tumbler needs to be set, your tumbler press. You're going to press it for 60 seconds to light to medium pressure, okay? You can get a tumbler press or an oven. I bought both. The reason I have an oven is I can fit 3 of these guys in them. And when I am doing 50 or more cups, I'm using my, well, honestly, if I'm doing like 15 or more cups, I'm using my oven because I can pop them out quickly and I can get them wrapped and I can get them in there. I wrap them with heat tape, which you're going to need. And there's different types of heat tape. So there is your Cricut or your sister type or Caesar, whatever it's called. And then you've got your regular like tape, okay? I just get the small ones that fit in my regular tape, but this stuff is stretchy, okay? This one is not near stretchy. Like this one is more like regular tape. So I do use both. And then I also use painter's tape. When you go to tape your tumblers, it's going to take some time and some practice to get used to it because you want to make sure that you're not getting what we call ghosting. So if you are leaving any kind of air pockets on your tumblers when you are wrapping them, then you're going to get ghosting. You're going to see lines, especially at the point where the paper matches up, that seam. You will see your seam if you're not doing this correctly, okay? And it will take some time. If you overcook your tumbler, let's say it's black, it's going to turn brown. If you undercook your tumbler, your colors are not going to be super vibrant. Your image is not going to be completely there. You're going to know these things, and it's only learn as you kind of go kind of thing. So just keep that in mind. If you do mess up on a tumbler, you can strip these down and use them for epoxy tumblers or even sell them to people who would like to use them for epoxy tumblers. So just keep that in mind as you're going with your tumblers and you're like, well, can I do this? Now, let's talk glass tumblers. The glass ones, I'm always going to suggest to do either the color or the frosted glass. The clear glass ones, you are not seeing those images on those tumblers, and it is completely a waste of time. You're not going to see it. It's not going to work out, and it sucks. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't love it. I can tell you right now, as far as like these tumblers go, if I stick them in my dishwasher, it works just fine. I've heard other people say that their images have come out, and they do say not to wash your sublimation designs. However, with me, I have done this before and mine seem to work, but my glass ones do not. I do not stick my glass tumblers in my dishwasher. I hand wash those only. Also, sweaters, shirts, things like that, I'm going to hand wash, okay? Because it's going to fade over time. You need to wash them inside out and in the cold. So I hope those kind of things kind of help you on how to take care of your sublimation things after you sublimate. So, okay, we're going to talk about the printer next and how I started with a regular printer and converted it into a sublimation printer. It's actually the cheapest way I have found and the best way I have found to be able to sublimate. And I've been doing this for 4 years and I've never found an issue with it. And I absolutely love how I did it. And so I'm going to give you guys a little bit of tips and tricks and one printer that I wish I would have bought over the printer I did buy. So let's get into it. So the printer that I bought was an Epson printer. The printer that I wish I would have bought was still an Epson printer. The difference is one is bigger than the other. So the bigger the printer, the bigger you can print out your images, okay? I want to be able to cover a 30-ounce tumbler, and I can't with the Epson printer I bought My Epson printer is the 2760 Eco Tank. The Inco tank, you want to buy it brand new so that you can buy sublimation ink. I use Hippo or Cosmo ink. I mainly use Hippo, just to be honest. And you want good quality ink to put into your printer, okay? You're going to put this ink inside of your brand new printer. You are not going to use the Epson ink that comes with it. You're going to either sell that, trash it, whatever. I don't care what you do with it, but you do not want those inks. You want those gone. You want to buy your own. And you want to place it inside of your printer. And then every time that I go to do an image, because I don't always print every day, I always run maintenance on mine and clean the heads. And then once I clean the heads and everything else like that, as far as my printer goes, it'll print something out and it looks great. It's awesome and it's good. But you just want to make sure that you are mirroring your image and you're going into your settings and you're setting your settings where you need it to be for your Epson printer. It's mainly just mirroring that image, really is what it is. And then making sure that the color is the RBG, I think is what it's called, or something like that, and that your image is going to come out great. You're going to notice that on your paper, your image is very dull. That's okay. The ink is in there. The paper's holding the ink. That's why I say A-sub, because not only does your paper have to work with your ink, but it has to hold it. Once you press it on your shirts, your sweaters, your tumblers, whatever it is that you're pressing, it's going to come out and the ink is going to be released and it's going to go on to your blank. Again, making sure that your blanks are ready for sublimation. You cannot just sublimate on just anything. It has to have the sublimation coating on the tumbler or whatever it is you're doing. Now, when it comes to shirts and sweaters, I would recommend DTF over sublimation. And the reason that I say that is because your sublimation is going to fade over time. And you do have to only do it on 100% polyester. DTF, direct to film transfer, will go on anything. So I always order mine from a distributor that I know here in my town, and I will get them normally within the next day or the day after, and I'm able to do that. Now, keep in mind about copyrights. Okay, we are going to hit that just a little bit. So anything that is a copyright, you want to make sure you are not printing those off, you are not selling them, and you are not using them in your shop. If you sell on Etsy, Shopify, whatever it is, be super careful because you can be sued and they will sue you and they will catch you and you will get in trouble. So things that is a like Disney, things like that, just don't do it. Okay, do not risk your business for something like that. I create all of my images in Canva and with Kittle. And if you guys want a deep dive in how I use Canva and how I use Kittle, I will totally do a video about that. Just put it down in the comments and I will absolutely do that for you. If I don't feel like creating my own image at that point in time, then what I do is I jump onto Etsy, I find something, and I find something that has what's called a commercial license so that I am able to print it onto my tumbler and sell the tumbler. When you get this, that does not mean that you can take somebody's image and then resell that image. Do not do this either. Some people think that that's okay. It is not. If you create your own image and you want to upload it to Etsy and sell it yourself, that's totally fine, but don't sell somebody else's. Anywho, if you're going to put it on a tumbler, you're going to put it on a shirt, sweater, mouse pad, whatever it is that you're going to put it on, either create it, go to Etsy and find one, have AI help you with it, whatever it is that you're going to do, place it on your blank, and then print it out. So you're going to want to put it on whatever blank you're going to put it on, and then you're good to go. I love using sublimation for these reasons because I've had lots of people that want their name on it, teacher's name, sister's name, a picture, or they want like some kind of funny saying that is funny in their family that nobody else would understand because it's something that's between their family. Okay. Sublimation is great for these things and it's amazing. Yes, you can do this for UDTF also, but keep in mind it's just a sticker that sticks to something and doesn't come off very easy, but can come off a lot easier than sublimation. And 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to get a picture of somebody on there. So just a little heads up, just a little thing about that. So anyways, with sublimation, like I said, Eco Tank printer, get yourself some good ink, Hippo or Cosmo, A-sub paper or some really good paper. You want to make sure that you get that and get it going and get it into your printer and things like that. You want to make sure that you're getting good quality blanks And when you're very first starting out, you can run to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and pick one and try it out. But making sure that if this is going to be your business and you're going to be reselling it and you're going to be giving it to people and selling it out, you want to get yourself quality products so that your work is quality work. You want to make sure that you are also able to get it in bulk or as cheap as you can without compromising the product so that you can actually be able to sell it at a good price and be able to get the product moved and off your shelves. I keep blanks with me so that when somebody orders, like I will come up with a design. Let's say I do a design, I will put it on a mock-up onto Canva, put it on my website, and then when somebody orders that one, then I have my blank that I can then make and ship out and get out to them. So that is what I do to keep my products going. I don't put the image on the cup and then take a picture of the cup and put it on my website. I do a mock-up of it and I keep it blank until somebody orders it, because maybe somebody never orders the stars or the flower mock-up that I have, but a ton of the Mombi one gets ordered. So making sure that when you're doing these things that you're not just putting them on product. Keep the product on hand, but don't put it on there until somebody actually orders it. So anyways, I just wanted to kind of go over those kind of things with you guys. If you guys have any questions whatsoever about sublimation at all, please let me know. Go ahead, put it in the comments. I am a small business owner. This is kind of what this channel is. It's me helping other small business owners and just showing tips and tricks that I'm learning along the way to kind of pass it down and to help somebody else that is new and somebody that is just getting started. So if you're just getting started with sublimation, I hope that this video helped with you and resonated with you. If it did, if you could just hit that like button, thumbs up, and subscribe, that would be fantastic and great. It helps us small content creators. I appreciate you for taking the time and watching this video. If you have any questions at all, like I said below, just go ahead and put those in the comments. And again, thank you for watching.